Hey friends, it's Miss McCollum. So you've seen Miss Bone in a couple of the videos, and I am going to show you how to come up with your introductory paragraph for your essay, which is our main task this week. Okay, so there's three things that we're going to focus on in that first paragraph, and they are going to be the hook, introducing our issue, and then of course coming up with your thesis or your claim. So hopefully you have already watched the video. That was step one, which is the introductory paragraph, and it gives you some information on writing the paragraph, okay? We are going to look at some leads, which are hooks, which are super important. They're how you engage the reader. So I'm going to show you some examples, but these examples, keep in mind, they are from a different topic, which is year-round schooling, and we're doing technology, okay? So just keep that in mind as we look through the different ways that you could hook a reader, okay? So you want to encourage them to keep reading. So something exciting has to happen at the very beginning. So that way the reader is like, oh my gosh, I need to read more about this. Okay, so we start with, here's a lead. It's an unusual detail. According to historians, American farm children once attended school from December to March and mid-May to August. Okay, so that would be an unusual detail. And then if we move on, we would go to a surprising statistic or fact. Experts say that during summer, students lose approximately 22% of what they have learned during the school year. This is where you can get really creative, because if we're talking about technology, there are statistics to show the amount of time students your age are on technology, and statistics about this, the age that they start using technology. So there's definitely some surprising statistics about technology that you would be able to find and use, okay? And then, of course, some type of quote. So a quote from a famous person or an expert, okay? So here's where you could use some quotes that would be very engaging as well. And a lot of times you'll see statistics here as well, as you can see in the example. A question, okay? Are most Americans satisfied that compared to their peers in Europe and Asia, American students score lower on achievement tests? So this is where you could just come up with your own question about technology. Is it useful or harmful? But of course, make it more exciting than that, because you want to be more creative. Okay, and then here we're going to go ahead and introduce the issue. So here's where you're going to briefly explain the issue. And give a little bit of background information, but you're not necessarily stating your position yet, okay? And you can see this example. Much to public's dismay, summer vacations are in jeopardy in some areas. In many schools, districts, administrators are pushing forward with a movement to extend the school year. So this is where you're going to introduce your claim, but we're not positive yet what side you're taking, okay? And then here is where number 3 is where you're going to introduce your claim or your thesis. It is a promise to the reader that the essay will address the argument and prove the claim. Okay, so this is where you are going to state what side you're on. So by the end of that introductory paragraph, we're definitely going to know what side you are on. Are you for technology or against technology? Okay, there are definite advantages associated with switching to a year-round schedule. They didn't tell us what they are yet, but we know that this essay is going to be about year-round, a year-round schedule. It's about advantages of year-round, and we should know the same about your stance on technology. Okay, so if I look right here, this is what we're going to be working on: the lead and the hook, the background, and the claim and thesis. And that's it this week, is really getting that introductory paragraph completed with those 3 parts that we just went over. Okay, hope that helps.